Hey everyone, how's it going? Jocelyn here for Clever TV, bringing you the latest scoop on Twilight. Now, some of you may have heard of a convention called Comic-Con. It takes place every year in San Diego, and usually it's dedicated to graphic novels or comic books, as a lot of people call them. And maybe because of the fact that Twilight is going to be turned into a graphic novel, a lot of the cast members are appearing at this year's convention. So I'm sure you imagined it, guessed it. This is causing a huge stir because so many Twilight fans are heading out to meet the cast, to see them speak on panels, things like that. Well, here's where the trouble starts. Twilight fans are obviously super dedicated, and most of them just tend to be, for no apparent reason, tend to be teenage girls or, women in their early 20s, or lots of guys as well. But the fan group you may not have heard of are people called Twimoms. Now, there's actually kind of an ongoing battle between Twilight fans and the Twimoms. There have been tons of complaints made about these so-called Twimoms, who are generally speaking a little bit older, 30s and 40s, maybe even older than that. Don't necessarily always have kids who like the films, maybe just like them themselves. Well, a lot of teenagers are saying that these Twimoms aren't really following directions at the convention. In fact, the LA Times was doing a video story actually at the convention, and interviewing some young ladies who were talking about the battle they were having with the older women. Now, a lot of these girls who are against the Twimoms complain loudly to security officers, saying that these women are cutting in line and just camping out, taking over space, not being fair. In fact, some of the young ladies who were complaining about the Twimoms were saying that one of them was even allegedly saying she had a child who had cancer just so she could get a top spot in line. Now, that's pretty low, and we don't know if it's actually true, but we can say that this feud is getting really intense. The young ladies who are waiting in line were told that people were allowed to keep 3 spots. That's the maximum that you're allowed to hold in line. But these girls said if one girl can hold 3 spots and that person shows up and they can hold 3 spots, well then, before you know it, there'll be 100 people ahead of you. Now, what do you guys think about the whole battle between Twilight fans and Twimoms? Do you think it's totally crazy? I mean, I have to say, I think it's pretty funny. The girls were also saying that these Twimoms who are waiting in line to meet maybe a 17-year-old Taylor Lautner, well, that seems okay to society, but what if it was a 40-year-old man waiting to meet a 17-year-old girl? You know people would be super angry about that. So we're asking you guys, who are the biggest Twilight fans on the planet, to weigh in on number 1, do you think this battle is crazy, silly, or stupid? Or number 2, do you think that these people are onto something, that the Twimoms need to move aside so that the younger Twilight fans can actually have the opportunity to meet some of the cast members? Leave a comment, let us know. Or, I mean, if you're like me, you might just think this whole battle is kind of funny. I'm Jocelyn Davis for Clever TV. Stick with us for more updates on all the latest in Twilight.